What's going on, Aquarius? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having an awesome week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, what's good, Soul Tribe? Appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, your shares, keeping this guy coming back and keeping us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. You are in for an amazing journey. Now, what I'm going to be doing this week is a tarot card reading for the week of November 20th through the 26th. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, okay? So, with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems are feeling great. We are ready to rock and roll. Now I'm going to be pulling 15 cards. They're going to be in 5 groups of 3. The middle group is going to represent the nature of your problem. The upper left and upper right hand corners are going to be some future options that we're going to play around with. The bottom left will be some perspectives that will hopefully help assist with the nature of the problem. And finally, the bottom right will be whatever messages your higher self would like you to know. And in case y'all were curious, I'm using Aleister Crowley's Thoth deck. The imagery on these cards are super cool, so I'll show you those all throughout. And I provided some links down in the description box below in case you wanted to get your own and, I don't know, pull along with me. Just have fun with it, Aquarius. But without further ado, higher self, what do we have in store for Aquarius this week? Let me get your cards pulled and then we will get to it. Nice. Okay. Bam, bam, and thank you. Hey, girl. Oh, sorry. Empress showed up. All right, nature my problem. Let me get your cards organized and get myself together, and then we will get into it. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I haven't seen the Empress all week, so you'll have to forgive us. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Oh. Don't let my sound effects alarm you. Okay, hold on. You know what? Instead of doing all that, I feel like we're ready, Aquarius. Let's do this thing. So, for the nature of your problem this week, we have the Princess of Cups. And then the cards that came along with it are the 9 of Cups and the 5 of Swords. Alrighty. So overall, not too bad, Aquarius. I dig this. So, we'll see how you feel about it in a second. With the Princess of Cups, I feel like this being the nature of your problem, I feel like a lot of us, maybe we've been giving a lot more of ourselves, and I feel like we, not necessarily that we should, but I feel like we might be over giving. And let me kind of explain. Because with the Princess of Cups, I really do. I've really come to enjoy her over these last couple of weeks because she's just a card of generosity. She's a very, very, very gracious figure. But she does, whenever especially if she's rocking with some 9 of Cups here, she's the type that she wants to have everyone feel exactly how she's feeling. She's infinitely generous. You know, she just, when she's in a good feel, she's just like, you get a cup, you get a 9 of Cup, and you get a cup, and you get a cup, and everyone gets a cup. Look under your chairs. 9 of Cups for everybody. That's the Princess of Cups. She's the type, like, she'll give and she'll give and she'll give just because and it's not to say just because she wants something in return. She's just doing it out of the kindness of her heart. She loves to share in that. The problem with that is that she can overgive, and then it comes across as like, it gets to this place of where, I feel like we not necessarily get kind of bitter with it, but you know, you give and you give and you give, and then when you come back at the end of the day, you're exhausted, and then you have nothing left to kind of fill yourself back up here. So I feel like with this, with her popping up this week, I feel like we need to spend a little bit more time on ourselves. Do a little bit of self-care here. You need to be quiet. Do a little bit of self-care here. It's not your turn. And really just kind of give to ourselves the way that we give to others. Because with the Nine of Cups here, and I love that these came along, because the reason I do them in these groups of threes, because when you have suits that are kind of coming along and enhancing each other, you know, I really feel like this is kind of doubling down on that. Like, you know, when she's happy, you know, when you're in this Nine of Cups energy, you're, you know, feeling fulfilled, you know, everything is as it should be, you know, you want to share it all with the world, and that's cool, you know. But maybe instead of giving, you know, all 9 of your cups, let's start maybe giving out 3 first, and then saving maybe 6 for yourself, and then you're feeling good after that, we can increase the number, you know. Find that balance, because I do feel like if you get to this point of where you give and you're not receiving the same amount that you're giving, it could get you to this sort of weird place here, because sometimes because with the Five of Swords, normally this is a card of defeat, a card of kind of like worry, kind of anxiety. But I'm more so getting with this card is that, you know, we start getting in our head here, and it'll become this place of like, well, I give myself so much, and then no one seems to give back in return. Like, why am I not getting this? Where's the reciprocity at? And you know, I don't feel like that's not where we're trying to get with this energy here. It's more so of just that it's not that people don't want to give what you're giving back. Maybe they can't match that enthusiasm that you have, you know, maybe because, you know, we get to this place with the Princess of Cups, you know, if she's becoming a problem in the sense of her overgiving, then, you know, you're being a little prodigal with your stuff, you know, extravagantly wasteful. You know, it's like, let's try to build up our foundation first, and then we can go out and, you know, and then start sharing this abundance, because that, I won't tell you to not spread abundance and, you know, spread that happiness, because that's what I'm trying to do as well. But we got to make sure that we're just checking in and giving to ourselves just as much as we give to others. And let's get into some future stuff here, because on the left hand side you have the Four of Disc here, got Princess of Wands, what's good, and then you got the Five of Wands. Now, this is what I was talking about as far as like establishing your foundation. You know, let's build, because this is a card of power, of getting that, like, just getting that kind of control over your life again, getting that stability, because maybe you've given to this place, maybe you've given so much that you've even gotten yourself in trouble, you know, like trouble in the sense of like maybe our resources are even starting to get getting a little that foundation's getting a little shaky as well. You know, take that as it resonates. But I feel like it's going to be, we need to get to this place where we're focusing on ourselves right now, and really make sure that we're working with a very solid foundation here. And you know what? And to not let you deter you from giving, but maybe just go at it again. How you go at it with this, to giving out to others, go with that same enthusiasm that you go to giving, give to yourself, so that you have the energy to go out and do that all again. It's gonna be, it's a give and take here. You know, you want to get it, I feel like you almost want to get to this place where it's just like your energy's working for you in a sense. But with the Princess of Wands, she is a card of like tenacity, of audacity, of vivacity, just she's just positivity city. But she's got big energy, and she always rises to the occasion no matter what mood she's in. So I feel like it's, again, you know, not to let this, you know, where you feel like you overgive, you gave too much, and then now you kind of hate the world and, you know, feeling jaded, and it's just like, well, you know what, since no one can give like I give, I'm not giving to anybody. No, that's not where we're trying to get at here. We're trying to get to where we're just not so burnt out, so that we're feeling, so that we can keep that energy going into each day, and giving the, and being able to share this this Nine of Cups here. We don't want you to stay in Five of Wands, because Five of Wands is a card of, you know, I feel like now, you know, at the pace we're going, you know, it'll get to this place of where you're feeling frustrated if we're not already there. You know, you're going to get to where this, like, you're feeling like the world's out to get you, or that that you're just like, you do so much for everyone and no one's doing for you. And then it gets to this place, you get in this sort of like weird sort of sick cycle with it. And that's not where we're trying to get here. You know, we want to get you to a place where, you know, that you're just feeling renewed, so that you have just like the energy each day to tackle all this stuff. Because check out what's going on over here on the right hand side. You got the 10 of Cups. You got, oh, excuse me. Well, you got 10s here. Just 10s all day. 10 of Disc, 10 of Cups, and 6 of Cups here. So I feel like you have a lot to give, Aquarius. And I feel like this is something that you want to get. You're trying to shape your world right now. You're really trying to build. I really feel like a lot of abundance around you. This is really awesome energy here, Aquarius. And I feel like with what you're trying to manifest right now, yeah, let's try to be just more mindful with all of this, because the 10 of Disc, all these cards are bae. Where to start? 10 of Disc. So this Disc have to deal with monetary issues, or monetary matters. So it's one of those things. I feel like we're trying to get our money back in place. So like I was saying, you know, if we've been overgiving, it's hard to build a foundation. You know, you're already. I feel like you're already in your headspace. You know, you're in your future self, but your resources don't match that yet. You know that. Because I love where your head's at, ultimately, but I feel like we need to take the steps to get there first. You know, you're not at a place to where I feel like you can, and I don't necessarily want to say that you can overgive, but where I feel like it's, build up a little more for yourself. Come to enjoy some of this for yourself. You know, we're gonna say it. Be a little selfish. Be a little bit more selfish, and in the sense of just like, enjoy some of this first. Revel in this, because this is what you've accomplished here. This is what you're working out to be, because now we're playing with the future stuff here, and you are surrounded in abundance. I mean, and if I'm gonna be encompassed by something, abundance is what, sign me up. Because then you got, okay, in your head, in your future self, your money's all taken care of. Check. Now look, now your emotional state is filled up. Check, because that's what the 10 of Cups is about. You know, where it's about that emotional fulfillment, that satiety, you know, abundance in everything that it encompasses. And that's what you're doing. You are doing it, Aquarius. Like, and really, I feel like you got some really lofty dreams coming up, and that's not any kind of surprise. I mean, that you know, Aquarians are, you know, where you're intuitive, you're innovative, you know, just really, really, really progressive thinkers. So I feel like it's going to be one of those things, you know, what you're trying to manifest. I really want you to get the most out of this, and I want you to have fun as well with this energy that you're manifesting, because that's what the 6 of Cups is about. You know, it's about, it's a card of pleasure, it's a card of recreation, card of love, could be a card of, you know, for a little sexy time, you know, could be a card of that too, you know. Treat yourself. You've earned it. You've earned it, you know, because I really feel like you're mapping out your future in a way that is really nice. And I feel like you want to, you just want your soul tribe to go. To grow and to go out and do the same that you're doing and spreading this joy. And then maybe that's another thing too that you need to do. You know, maybe kind of, maybe it's time to branch out a little bit. Maybe kind of, how do I want to put this? Maybe start partnering with some people, kind of help get this abundance out the ground. Maybe you're trying to take on all this stuff by yourself. You know, maybe start delegating some things that you see maybe as people's skills can apply. If they're doing something, it's like, hey, I see you're big on social media. Do you mind, you know, if I throw a little bit of abundance your way, can we do this? And, you know, start networking, you know, and really, really make the most of this really big energy here. Aquarius. I will say, I will, and this is just like a little baby caveat here. I'm not getting really strong vibes with this, but I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't mention with the Six of Cups that, you know, it can also be a card of overindulgence, and also even with the Ten of Cups as well. So I want to say too, while we're I want you to be selfish in the sense, you know, I want you to make sure you're taking care of yourself, but I also don't want you to get to this place of where we're just like, where we're kind of like hoarding the abundance in a sense of, and let me kind of explain that. Like, I don't want you to get to this place of where you're just doing all of this by yourself. You're like, you feel like no one's going to, you've lost trust. You know, there's this, what's that word? There's like this, oh, I had a good word for this, but we're going to go with distrust for right now, where you don't feel like, you know, others are going to meet you, and then that we're keeping this all for you, and then, you know, that's all fine and dandy, but then it's just you enjoying in this abundance. And then where's, you know, after you get done celebrating you, who else is there to celebrating you? You know, we don't want to get to this place where you're just by yourself in all of this. You know, it's tricky. You know, it's finding that balance. But I do feel like, you know, let's get into some perspectives here, because my girl's ready to come in, because you got the Knight of Swords here, you got the Knight of Cups, and does she need an introduction? The Empress. But with this Nine of Swords here, you know, everything I was talking about here, you know, that kind of trickiness there. You know, once you, I feel like, oh, let me start with this. With the Knights, depending on the direction that they're facing, it could either be the coming to or going of energy. Now, the Knight of Swords was facing away from you, but I feel like he's facing away from you in the sense of that you're getting this clarity, this realization is coming through, is starting to kind of take shape, you know, because after a while, you know, you start to feel that, you know, I feel like it's one of those things when you come into that win, you know, you just want everybody to know you're really excited, and I want you to keep that enthusiasm. But now I want you to be, you know, let's be smarter about it now. Let's be more intentional with how we're doing things, and to learn from this, because that's the one thing with the Knight of Swords is that if I had to give any sort of caveat with him, very clear, very decisive. Sometimes, you know, sometimes if he's got, and this is this a, yes, I want to say this is, no, it's not, never mind. But with him, you know, he's, you know, if he's overwhelmed with decisions, he has trouble sometimes, but overall he represents that clarity, that vision. But I just want you to keep that. I feel like that's coming to you. I lost my point there for a second, but I feel like that this is, this clarity is coming to you. You're realizing that this is going down. And now we need to, we kind of need to rise up and face this. You know, Knight of Cups is a card of, he's the guy, he's kind of like the guy, he loves this. If Princess of Cups came in, yes, absolutely 100%, he is all with this. But, you know, when he has to take a look at himself, it's like, okay, maybe we've either been overgiving, or you know what, even on the opposite, and I had even factors this in, for some, maybe have been kind of hoarding this stuff. Maybe we've been kind of isolating, you know, we're just like, all this is mine and no one can share with this. And it's just like, okay, but how happy is that making you? You know, and I'm not saying that you need to donate or do anything, you know, give all of your resources away. But I just feel like, you know, are you celebrating in this? You know, or do you have people to appreciate with these accomplishments that you have achieved? Because I feel like with this, if we haven't, in either scenario, it's going to require a different strength. You're going to have to step up in a way that I feel like you're just gonna have to face this thing. It's just like, okay, yeah, this has been the norm. You know, I've either been on one end or the other, and it's time to own that. But once you do, good fortune is coming. And I feel like normally with the Empress, she's my self-care card. But and I do feel like, you know, take a little self-care too. I'll never scratch that. But I feel like that there is there's going to be good fortune coming in the sense for you once you find that balance, and you're going to get to this place of where you're not just I feel like your world is just going to be filled with like how the Empress presents her world here too, because this is Empress land right here. I know everybody lives in this abundance here, but this is Empress land. You know, she's all about beauty, aesthetics, refinement, all the finer things, because she represents Venus. So this is one of those things, once you find that balance and really channel your Empress energy in this instance, and nice thing too, these aren't gender specific readings. So male, female, you're all Empresses in my book. And it's one of those things that, yeah, definitely once you find that balance, I feel like your world is going to, it's Aquarius. This is a lot. This is a whole lot, and I'm so with it. Let's get to where your higher self is at. Because your higher self wants you to know about the Fool, the Four of Swords, and the Death card. Now with the Fool popping up, I do feel like, with how your future is being painted, there are going to be there's some great opportunities coming up on the horizon. And I feel like you're getting ready to seize the day. And now that we've gotten that clarity from that Knight of Swords and we're ready to face it with that Knight of Cups, we've got our emotional state, everything is all fine and dandy. Now we can go with that Carpe Diem, seize that day, because that's what the Fool's about. And not only just that, but then you're going to get this balance as well, because this is like, if we've been going through a hard time, this is a relief. This is Jupiter and Libra here. So now we're getting our fortune and it's balancing out. We're getting to that equilibrium. We're going through that transformation here, because that's what the Death card is about. This is going through that change, voluntary or involuntary. The Death card is going to happen, and you're getting this card. I think you're the first Death card that I've gotten, at least for this week. But it's like we're coming in on the tail end of Scorpio season. So I feel like, take this transformative energy. I think it's a good time to switch back. But yeah, take this transformative energy in, because there's going to be, I feel like you've got this metamorphosis that is coming here. And I feel like your heart's in a really good place while you're doing it. So just sort of let that evolution just kind of come on naturally in Aquarius. Man, because you really are bringing your Empress game here. This is, come on. like, what? That's awesome, Aquarius. Yeah, that's, I think I'll leave it there. Hopefully that all made sense, because this was just like, I just got lost in your abundance. But yeah, I do feel like it's, you got great dreams, and Aquarius. You have great dreams. And I just want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself in all this, that you are making sure that we're not isolated in this energy, because I hadn't thought about that. If we have been sort of like, we're getting this dream, but we're just like, I don't trust anybody, I don't want to do this thing. Find people that you can trust, reestablish your soul tribe, because you want to celebrate in this, because there's no fun having just a party by yourself and throwing your abundance party. No. The Princess of Cups and the Empress, they're inviting everybody they know, because they've gotten that foundation again. And I could talk about that all day. Aquarius, if you haven't already, if you haven't after this, subscribe, like, share, do all the YouTube things. And just for a better picture of while you're just going out there and getting it, check your moon, check your rising, absolutely check your Jupiter this week. And you know what? I don't even got anything clever, because we're going to Celestial News Weekly this thing, because Aquarius, you'll understand in a second why I'm so excited I'm excited for everybody. Wow. On the 22nd, the sun is entering Sagittarius. We're transitioning into Sagittarius season. And this is a time to open up our hearts to all opportunities. So while you're going out to while you're shaping your future right now, because I feel like that's what's really going on. That's what I really feel like is going on. You're shaping your future in a way, and you want to share this. This is going to be a time with the sun entering Sagittarius. This is a time you're going to be feeling optimistic, and we're going to be, instead of focusing on what things you can't do, because there's very little wow, there is very, oh, so, okay, we have to say, do we have no mindfulness? There is very little that you can't do, and there's so much that you can do. And I say focus on that right there. And it's not to ignore these energies here, it's just to redirect them, you know, because these are getting you ramped up for the abundant city. And let me tell you what, the following day, the new moon is going to enter in Sagittarius. So this is a time, plant these seeds, do it. Absolutely. And listen, I wouldn't tell you what to do, but if you're feeling what I'm feeling, go for it. Because this is good stuff here. This is a time to plant those seeds of optimism and to kind of take the little, oh, you know, we'll throw the death card in there too. Take the lessons that you've gotten from this thing, you know, that if there have been any kind of painful experiences in this, and take the lessons from that and visualize your bigger, brighter future. Because you just, and which I don't think is going to be that hard, because you just painted that future out for me. So you're way ahead of the game, Aquarius. I'm preaching to the choir at this point. Well, here's something else that you need to know. Jupiter's going direct on the same day, and this is going to be an auspicious time, because this Jupiter's a planet of positivism, of fortune, of hope, and of expansion, amongst other things. So, and keep in mind too, it's still in Pisces for a little while longer, which is one of its rulers, one of Pisces' rulers, and Neptune is in Pisces right now. So you have, everyone is at home right now. As far as like in Pisces land, everyone is at home. So this is going to be that time. Make the most of this, because there's something in the air, Soul Tribe. Whew, I mean, I don't think I've been on this one since since the new moon, that lunar eclipse. This is just like that. Only I even feel like even more so. Something, and not even just for these days, just going forward, you know, ride this energy out, because especially if you've been feeling kind of, things have been stagnating with Mars retrograde, you know, it's not about working against the energy and like powering through and working hard and pushing through. It's about working smart with the energy, weaving out. It's like, okay, okay, and then we got to yeah, that's you bobbing and weaving Mars retrograde there, Aquarius. Stay with me. We got 3 more aspects, and then I'm gonna get you a surprise card. It won't be too much longer. The sun is going to be trined with Jupiter, because it was just like, hey, I just brought in all this abundance, but Jupiter, do you want to give Aquarius and the Soul Tribe some more abundance? And Jupiter's like, yes, bet I do. And that's exactly what's happening, because this is shining a light on, look how optimistic I am. This is shining the light on abundance, on opportunity. The energy is full of optimism, enthusiasm, and as it should be. Revel in that. Revel in it, because that's what the sun and Jupiter wants, and they're the 2 biggest things around at least in our solar system. So come on now, and good energies to work with that. Some crystals to work with that, because sunstone, and for Jupiter, yellow sapphire. You feeling that sunstone? I'm feeling. Y'all are feeling it. Next, Mars is going to be squared with Neptune. And with this, action kind of combines with idealism. So your goals might be becoming like a little unclear at first, you know, while you're still painting that future. You know, we had you had a very abundance on one side, and, you know, we were building our foundation on the other. So while we're in the foundation building phase, you know, let's keep pouring that positive energy in there, because you saw what happened. Your stuff is going to flourish. It's only a matter of time, you know, just stay with it. And some stones to work, or some crystals to work with that would either be ruby for Mars or celestite for Neptune. Last thing, you have Mars trined with Saturn. And with this, it might be, like I was saying earlier, it might feel like it might be feeling difficult to get things done, but the ideas are starting to get more grounded, if that makes sense. And like kind of grounded in reality. So it's kind of saying, like I was saying, instead of working against the energy, if you work with the energy, you persevere and really make the most of this, what I just said with Jupiter and the sun, and just in general, it's whatever you're planning on building is going to have a lasting impact, and it's going to really, I feel like you're going to be really pleased with this, Aquarius. So, and some crystals to work with that would be ruby again for Mars, and then onyx for Saturn. So, yeah, yeah, I think let's go ahead and get your surprise card because that was awesome, Aquarius. I am Aquarius. You in Libra. Look at this. Success. Win. Winner. I'm being obnoxious. What do I have to, I don't even know what to say about that, Sagittarius. Oh, excuse me. See, now I'm a hot mess. I don't even know where Aquarius. Go out there. I'm not going to keep you here. Let me tell you a little bit about this card. It's about that win. It's about success. It's about going out and getting it. And it's about, planning. Get a game plan. Keep this momentum that you're going. Success. Absolutely 100%. Yeah. That was great, Aquarius. One last thing before you get out of here. I'm on Facebook. Yeah, I finally got that figured out. So if you're on Facebook, feel free to follow me. I'm posting all the things there, and since we're in such an expansive time, I'm trying to take the most of it. I'll hopefully be on other social platforms here soon. I am learning that I might need an adult, which is fine. Nature my problem. You, however, have great work to do, so stay safe out there, Aquarius. Keep raising that vibration, Soul Tribe, and I will catch you on the next one later.